I think that setting goals is good for anybody. I think it's important because it helps gives our lives directions of like, why are we doing the things that we're doing? So if we don't have a goal, then everything that we do might feel a little bit meaningless. Talk about setting intentions, creating a vision for the new year. I'm recording this, it's January 1st. I don't know if I'll get it out. I will do my best to get it out for you soon. But we talked about why it's important to do that. Because if you don't know where you're headed, then the whole journey is going to be confusing, right? I want you to get a piece of paper, or if you're using your computer, whatever. I want you to get something where you can write and start doing this. And if you need to pause this video, I'm going to give you like basically journal prompts. First journal prompt is going to be your 2026 goals. Okay, so what goal do you have for yourself? Your goals could be anything from financial, health, spiritual, could be house goals, like maybe routines with your children. If you have goals like you homeschool, or maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. Goals with your kids, goals with your husband. There could be so many things. So I want you to take this time, pause the video, and write a list of 5 to 10 goals that you have for yourself. And health, did I say health? Health, it could be health goals. Write 5 to 10 goals that you have for yourself for 2026. Okay, so now that you have your goals written, it is important to give yourself a timeline. Are these goals that are achievable in 1 year? Or could these goals be done sooner than 1 year? So some of those things, it'd be nice to set more of like a specific timeline goal. So if you could put that next to your goals, that will help, be a little bit more specific about when you can achieve it. So pause the video and go do that. Okay, now that you have that done, I want you to write out the why behind the goal. So let's just use weight loss because that's like a big one usually this time of year. If you have a goal to lose 50 pounds, why is it important for you to lose 50 pounds? So, is it because you have health issues? Do you want to be able to walk up and down the stairs a little easier? Do you want to be able to play with your kids? Do you want to live long? Like a longevity, a better quality of life? Do you want to be able to go to your children's, weddings? What is what really inspires you, I guess, and motivates you to want to achieve this goal? Like, why is it so important to you that you would focus energy on this? So maybe do the why for maybe your top 2 or 3. You can write that down. Again, just pause the video and write down your why for your goals. Okay, now that you've done that, you should have your why written out now. Now let's just go ahead and just do like a vision. Just like, it can just be like a vision for your life, like what you want to see your day look like. So for me, for example, I'm really big on a morning routine, and I only say that because I've had it in the past and it's like really worked for me, and it's really helped me feel productive first thing in the morning, but also like centered and calm. And so connecting with God first thing, having quiet time, and then after that, moving my body, because I find that moving my body first thing in the morning like energizes me and helps me get through the day easier, but also more productive, and I feel happier. It gives me, it boosts my mood a lot. So write down your vision of how you want your day to look like. Be as specific as you possibly can. Like, what time do you want to wake up? Where do you want to exercise, or where are you going to sit down and read your Bible? Or if it doesn't look like that, that's okay. But and then let's say you have kids, talk about like what you want to do with your kids. What would an ideal day look like? So maybe that's taking them to the park, meeting up with friends, going to the library, or just hanging out in the backyard, just being outside or whatever. Like, I love being outside as much as we can. And so just, maybe you're a homeschooling mom, and like, what would your ideal homeschool schedule look like? And what would your ideal day look like when dad gets home, or whatever it is for your family? Like, I just want you to visualize what your ideal day looks like and just write it down. You might have a page or two of what that's going to look like for you. So pause video, write down your vision. Okay, so now that you have your goals, you have your why, now you have your vision, 2026 is looking pretty good. Now we just need to have a plan. You've already written down time frames of when you believe you can get those goals done. I think that that's a good idea, because we have a goal, we know what we're working towards, and we know when we're working towards it. That's going to help us stay on goal. And now we have an idea of what we want our days to look like through our vision. And so now we need to create more of a plan and get more specific, writing down what that day is going to look like. How are you going to start your day? And you need to have like 3 non-negotiable things, 3 non-negotiables that are going to help you reach that goal. So let's see, if your goal is to lose 50 pounds, we're going to go with that. What non-negotiable do you need in order to achieve that? Well, you need to be consistent with your daily exercise. Non-negotiable, have to get your daily exercise in. Consistent with healthy eating habits. So maybe you struggle with sugar, or like sugary, carby foods. Okay? Let's not sit here and say you can never have something, because I think that that's just setting you up for failure. But be honest with yourself. If you're eating it every single day in large amounts, how can we keep our goal, at the forefront without sabotaging ourselves? Because saying like we're never going to have sugar again is just ridiculous. Of course we're going to have sugar. We're going to have birthday parties. We're going to have things, events, and things are going to come up. But do you have to eat 2 pieces? No. Can you eat a half a piece? We're trying to do realistic things here. And realistically, yes, if you have a 50-pound weight loss goal, then you are going to have to watch what you eat, and you're going to have to eat healthier. And so you got to be realistic with yourself, but it has to be achievable. And so don't do something that you're going to set yourself up for failure. Do things that are achievable and hit that goal. So that could look like meal planning too. So write down a list of meals that you're going to make that week. Because one of the things that really trips us up when we're trying to lose weight is eating out, fast food, or convenience foods, things like that. So as much as possible, try to choose whole foods, and then also no matter what diet plan you go on, I would say the main theme of like almost any diet plan is going to be eat foods in their whole form as much as possible and avoid processed foods. So, and there's a whole, you could dig deeper into other things like that, but I would say that is like the main thing you can do. Figure out what your non-negotiables are going to be and make a plan for achieving those goals. And once you have that, you pretty much just have to start. So create a start date. Now, today's Thursday, January 1st. A lot of people find that Mondays just work really well for them to begin a new habit. And I don't disagree. It feels good to start the new week off right. But I'm not opposed. I'm actually very pro, like, do it when the motivation hits. So it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. just do it when the motivation hits. And I've started workout programs like midweek before. I don't know, just like drew a line in the sand and saying, nope, today's the day, I'm gonna stop doing this bad habit or whatever. And really just like the best thing that you can do to create new healthy habits is just replace, because every part of our day is a habit. It just depends on, it's just like, are we filling our day with healthy habits, neutral habits, bad habits, like what? So how can we replace what we're doing with something that's healthier and that's going to like move the needle forward in our life towards our goals, towards what's going to really like help us to feel like we are moving the needle forward in life. So that is my encouragement to you, is to just begin, and it doesn't matter what day. I'm really actually kind of excited. I hope that this kind of gave you a roadmap for figuring out your vision and your goals. And I just want to encourage you that you can do it. And even if you have a day where it just like everything got thrown out the window, I don't want you to lose hope and let it all go. I want you to just start again the next day or even the next hour. I hope that this video really helps you to explore your goals, to help, encourage you and motivate you to begin whatever it is that is, been on your mind and on your heart for so long to start. Like, I just want to encourage you to begin and, stay encouraged even when you have a bad day. Don't let that completely break you. I know, like, with it being the first year, people might be doing like New Year's resolutions and things like that, whatever. Those don't usually last more than 2 weeks. If you start to have a backslide in whatever your goals are, I just want you to come back to your why and like remind yourself, read through why it's important for you to stay consistent. And that is going to be the key in seeing results, seeing the needle move forward in whatever goal it is you have, is staying consistent, showing up daily for that goal, whatever it looks like. So we're gonna stay communicating in here. If you have your thoughts and encouraging words, or if you want to share your 2026 goals in the comments, I would love to hear them so I can pray and encourage you. I hope you have a wonderful new year, and I look forward to more heart-to-heart chats with you. And don't forget to subscribe and like. All right, guys, thank you so much.